Hey, how's it going everyone? We are back with some more Sword Art Online Unleashed Blading, and this time we got some news of the new character coming finally. It's been over 2 weeks, about 2 weeks since the last characters we got, Hades and Alice, which is pretty crazy for this game because usually if you guys know, we get a character every week, and this time they pushed it back an extra week. So let's go check him out. It is a Eugeo, so it's also weird because it's a Dark Element Eugeo. And we just had Dark Element Alice and Hades for the second anniversary recently, in like the last 2 months. So I was thinking that the new character was gonna either be like a different element, but we did have Lisbeth, who was Dark Element, which sort of made sense for him to be Dark Element as well. But it's also weird because we're gonna talk about it in a second. So we got Winged Sword Duel Eugeo here, and it's pretty impressive because he's a non-limited character, so that means he's going to be on every banner moving on, as well as in the exchange shop if you manage to pull him, or if you don't, his Imaginarians are going to be in there, so you can purchase 2 of them. So if you're lucky enough to pull him, you're going to already have a 2-duped Eugeo on your team, so that's pretty good. And then his stats, we see his HP is average, his attack is pretty high, as well as his magic attack is really high, 25-20. And then typically what they do with these characters is they give them high attacks and then lower other stats like critical speed or maybe even HP. But so they did lower his crit to 606, but it's surprising that he still remained with a good speed. 318 is pretty good to have on a character. So he has good attack, magic attack, and speed. He has like average HP, and the only thing that they really lowered was his crit, maybe his MP as well. But I mean, if you got good equipment, you're gonna have over 300 MP anyway. So he has really good stats. Then we go down here to his skills: charge, assault, and enhanced field skill. And then let's start with his charge. It's an Umbra Ball, magic attack strong on a single enemy. It incarnate charge increases by 30% when recollection field gauge is step 3 or more for Dark Element, and then when it's not, it's just a regular 20% to incarnate charge. And he got some paragraphs on his skills. So we got Umbra Ball Assault, or Umbra Blade Assault, my bad. It's a magic attack, extra strong on a single enemy, deals 15% additional damage on enemies inflicted with physical resistance or magic resistance debuffs, as well as damage increases by 20% when recollection field gauge is step 3 or more for Dark Element. So he's doing a lot in just these 2 skills. Now to top it all off, this is a pretty good support skill here that he has. So it's Quick Protect and Anti-Mind Field. It reduces magic res of all enemies by 15% for 2 turns. As well, in return, it raises your team's physical resistance by 15% for 2 turns, and you're raising the recollection field +1 for your element Dark. Short wait time. And then we got his incarnate skill, Winged Aincrad style. Incarnate magic attack on a single enemy. Recollection field. What is this? Special recollection field, if I can read. +3 for Dark. It also increases Dark Element characters' magic attack by 10%. So then his Imaginariums increase magic attack by 3% when you're fighting light element characters. Now this is the interesting part that I was talking about earlier. Special partner Alice. Now if you guys remember, or we'll see in a bit, but there's only one Alice on the Dark Element team, and that's second anniversary Alice. And I don't think a lot of people actually have that Alice, because she was a limited edition character, so I feel like elite characters are pretty hard to pull. So this could either mean we're getting another Alice soon, or they expect us to have that Alice. So we'll see. And then party leader skill, the party skills, he has a good skill on 25% incarnate when at the start of battle when you're facing a light element enemy, as well as the max increase to 125. And of course, new character, new mechanics. incarnate combo, as well as charge stacks. So let's go into the Dark Element team and compare him with a couple characters. See if what characters can resemble him. So right now there's only 24 characters, so he's gonna be the 25th. And then right off the bat, let's talk about his support skill. Now, out of all these characters, there's not a lot of support characters in this team, but the one that he resembles the most, almost to an exact point, is this Yuna. This Yuna has almost exactly the same, except she doesn't give the RF field gauge +1. See, so it lowers physical resistance to all enemies by 15% for 3 turns, and it also raises physical resistance of all allies by 15% for 3 turns. So here already, it's one less turn on Eugeo, and he does have the +1 to RF for Dark. Now let's be real. We're not running this Yuna over a lot of these characters, right? We got Bride Asuna, we got Goddess 80s over here, we got the anniversary characters 80s and Alice. We've got this Yuki right here that's really good. We got Titania Alice up here. Titania Asuna. We've got the two Kiritos that came out recently as well. We got Kirito up here and then Asuna up here. Like, there's a lot of characters. We got Subtilizer, Corrupted 80s. We got a lot of characters that are way better than that Yuna. However, they are bringing back the mechanic, that support skill with Eugeo, which is pretty good. Also, with that, with his support skill, it could be that the ranking event that we get soon, which we know it's a stage ranking event, might have the multi-enemy mechanic, because this in the support skill did say multiple enemies will get that debuff. So I don't know, we could get a multi-enemy. We haven't gotten one in a very long time. So now in terms of charge characters, let's filter this by charge. So we go over here. These are all the charge characters for the Dark Element team. Like I said, we got Yuna here, but let's be real, we're not running here over a lot of these characters. We've got a lot of good options actually. We got Goddess 80s. We got Second Anniversary 80s. We got Titania Asuna up there. Now, he resembles a lot of these characters because he has a lot of skills that are mashed into him from all these other characters. So you can run him over a couple of these characters, such as like this Kirito. And well, it's very difficult because what holds him back, like I said before, is his special partner for the active link. Because if you see here, like I said before, there's only one Alice, and if you don't have her, well, and then you pull him, you won't be able to active link with him. So he's basically gonna be there more for like his support and attack and all that. And the very thing that actually can put him on the team as well is his special recollection field +3 on his incarnate, because he becomes the 4th character on this team to have it. If you guys don't know who else has it, I know that this Asuna has it. If we go over here, she has it, and she's really good. We've got this Kirito, who is aged pretty well. He's still pretty good, does good damage, but he is getting pretty old up here, and there's a bunch of other characters that you can replace him with. And then the other one, if I can think off the top of my head, it's Goddess 80s. She is really good. If you don't have her, I would recommend trying to pick her up anytime soon. She is pretty hard to get. She is a limited character, but if we ever get like the limited like the limited tickets that can exchange for a limited character, I would recommend her. She is really good. She has gotten me through a lot of events. Just because she has enhanced mode, she has like these very powerful skills on her. And yeah, so those are all the 3 that we have right now with the special RF. and he become the fourth, you build a team around him and like 80s and then Asuna up there, you're guaranteed to have that RF gauge on your side the whole entire time. And then the way he's built, he does more damage depending on the RF field. There's a lot of characters on this team that actually have that mechanic as well on their assaults, on their incarnates. So he's gonna be very useful. So that's pretty much a quick overview. There's no real character that can like you can exchange for him. Like if you don't pull him, there's no good character that in comparison that you can see like, oh yeah, you can just use this character over that character, because he has a bunch of skills that are from all these different characters and just put it into one. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So and then we do got the X characters as well, which I haven't used, so I don't really know. I can't really say like, oh, they're much better than him, right? Because one, we got 80s down here who's really good back in the day. She has the health attack assault. She has the break yell. And so she might be a lot better now. And then the other one is Yuki here, which I will say that the older Yukis, they didn't really do a lot with them because they relied on the evasion skill. Because look at that, that's crazy. Raises evasion rate by 50%. Like, they don't do that anymore. So because they thought this was overpowered back in the day, they don't have a lot of skills. Like, you see these sentences, they don't really do that much. So I don't know, like, in my opinion, should you summon for Eugeo? And my answer for that is yes. You should aim to try to pull him if you have the cubes. If you don't, I would recommend doing one multi at least and testing your luck, because he is definitely worth it. He is a very more unique character than most of these recent characters that we've gotten, and he just brings a lot to the Dark Element team. Like, I can definitely see myself running him for a very long time. He has very good stats. He does a lot. Look at these paragraphs compared to the sentences we just saw from Yuki. Like, he's just doing so much for the team. The only trouble is right here, special partner Alice. Whether we get a new one or not, that's really depending on like what they want to do. Because just like because we usually get like 3 characters per element, but last time we only got 2 for the non-elemental with Alice and 80s. So who knows? But that's going to be it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Go down there, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We will be summoning for him as well. We will be using him as well in the stage ranking event, and testing out some of these other EX characters, as well as, since now there's going to be a new event that requires Dark Element characters, we will be using Lisbeth, the ticket character, because she's really good. So I can't wait to use her as well. But that's going to be it, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.